Okay. Just as a kind of two-parter, do you have any additional update on Chet and then just the kind of the heart of the team to make that comeback in the fourth quarter to give yourselves a chance?
Yeah, no update. We'll let you know when we have more information. Those guys, that group was great. You know, credit them. We were down by 30, I think, at one point, and you know they just played possession after possession. Really played the right way, stacked up some stops, and really got us in striking distance of that game. I mean, that was 15 with 6 to go, which is a very manageable place to be, and we got it even closer than that, obviously. But that group had a 48-minute mentality. They did a great job.
Mark, with the injury so early and of the nature, it seemed like with Chet, how tough is that to kind of reel the guys back in?
I don't know. I mean, I think obviously there's human concern. It's their teammate. He's down. I think it was more that than anything. And then, you know, you got to be able to get your footing back in the game, which we did at different times. But credit Golden State. I mean, they were the sharper, better team today.
I mean, obviously we don't have a timetable for Chet, but, you know, assuming he misses some time, you're now without your entire center rotation. Just how difficult is that for you as a coach to not really have the hands you thought you'd be dealing with at the start of the season?
I mean, I'm never going to make that excuse. It's part of the game, and we're going to be adaptive. I mean, we've played small at different times. We'll see what his timetable is, but this is a resilient, tough, competitive, adaptive team, and that's what we're going to be regardless of the circumstances.
Yeah, Mark, did you guys come into the game with a more concerted effort to try and get downhill?
Yeah, I mean, they're great at the point of attack. They're really aggressive defense, and so you've got to battle their pressure and physicality with force. I thought we actually did that pretty well. I thought some of our offensive struggles at different times was more after we gained the advantage, not the process of gaining the advantage. I thought we were in the paint quite a bit. We got the type of thrust that we wanted, but didn't complete enough plays. I thought they just outplayed us today on both ends of the floor.
After Chet goes down, it seems like that aspect was somewhat taken away from you guys getting downhill and having that advantage. And then when you don't have the three-point going the way you guys want to, how tough is it to keep that going?
I thought today, you know, defensively, you know, they were sharp on offense. Again, credit them. I never want to take anything away from a team that plays as sharp as Golden State did today. But I thought our execution against a team that requires great execution just wasn't up to where it needed to be to control a game. And the offense is sometimes going to come and go. There's a shot-making element to everything. But I just thought we didn't execute to the level that we needed to. We had a lot of breakdowns, and against a team like that moves it well with advantages and that can finish plays with shots, it's hard to have breakdowns and you know, beat them.
Were you given further explanation on the play where Draymond had contact with Dort and it was called an unsportsmanlike flail?
Yeah, they said it was a flail and not a wind-up. They looked at the play. That's their call. My frustration was that they called an offensive foul on Dort. Anytime a guy gets hit in the head with an elbow, regardless of whether it's a flail or whatever, that's a replay trigger. They can look at that. And if they don't know what happened, but two guys kind of square up at the end of a play, they should go look at it. There's nothing that prevents them from looking at it. So my frustration was I have to use a coach's challenge to go look at a play that they could have triggered anyways, right? We get the technical foul, which confirms that if they had looked at it without my challenge, you know, they would have granted a technical foul. Then 2 minutes later, ball goes off Curry. We deflect the ball, hits his elbow. I'm staring at the replay. I don't have a challenge in my pocket. Curry hits a 3 on that play, right? So that was my frustration with the officials. It wasn't, you know, an interpretation thing. They're professionals. They know how to interpret the plays. My thing is they got to run the game, you know, and if there's a guy getting hit in the head like that, they got to go look at it. And if they did, they would have found a technical foul. I would have had a challenge in my pocket. I would have challenged the Curry play. We would have had the ball instead of giving up a 3. Now, with that said, we got to take away we got to play better defense.
Going into the fourth quarter, they start off the second unit that you put in there, including your 2 rookies. 11-0 run. Can you just talk about the excitement that they brought and maybe some energy into you guys with the going into the fourth quarter run that you guys had?
Yeah, I mean, those guys have done that all year. You know, we have good faith in them as competitors. They're going to learn the lessons. You know, the first time you play that team, that's really hard. You know, so Dylan, AJ, those guys, they haven't seen those pictures yet. That's a very different style, that the rest of our team has gotten used to a little bit more. Still hard to stop, obviously, but the compete level of those two players, they've been inside the team from day one. They've given us nice contributions. Dylan really helped us in the Orlando game. AJ's obviously been in the rotation all year, so we're going to continue to invest in them, but they're doing a great job.
That second quarter, they seemed to really get it going from three. What do you feel like the issue was for you guys on the defensive end?
Combination of things. Some of it's shot making, and then some of it's the ones that we played zone one possession. Kuminga bombs a shot in over the zone at the end of the clock. Those are the ones that you just got to brush off and play another possession. And then there's other ones that are true breakdowns that put them into rhythm and give them confidence, and those are the ones we got to clean up.
And what do you feel about you guys' physicality tonight?
I thought our effort and our physicality, our intentions of competing were really good, but against a good team, regardless of who the good team is, you've got to have that and the execution part of it. And we've been a high execution team for much of the season, and tonight we weren't. So.
Anybody else?